Right. So we're finally at Ragpicker's Square. And this is where the game has been trying to herd us to go. Ever since we crawled out of that damn mortuary, so let's see if we can find Farad here. This man is draped in filthy, tattered brown robes, a long hood concealing most of his face from view. Greetings. You see his eyes narrow beneath his hood, and he takes a step back. What do you want? I have some questions. He raises an eyebrow. I've some for you then. Like, what did you want to know, and how badly did you want to know it? Well, I'm looking for a man named Farad. Look around you, Cutter. I don't make enough jink to go lighten up the dark for nothing. It'll take a bit of your coin, it will, if you want to chant. Throw him 5 coppers, why not? We got lots. He studies the coins for a moment as they lay in his hands. He pockets them swiftly. Ask. Tell me about the collectors. We make our living by dragging debtors off Sigil's fair streets and hauling their lead-bottom arses to the mortuary. Not the best way to earn a living, but it's a start. Is that all you wanted to know, Cutter? He looks at you oddly. I'm looking for a man named Farad, actually. He narrows his eyes suddenly. Farad? What about him? You suddenly seem wary. Why? Farad. He spits, sneering contemptuously. Ragpicker's Square is Sharegrave's, me boss's territory, you see. Farad and his dogs came in a while back and tried to oust us. We fought them off, we did, so they're all in a hiding somewhere now. We'll still catch one of his lads now and then around the square. Usually we turn him into a quick spot at jink at the mortuary, the piking sods. Cool, tell me about Sharegrave. He's me boss. Cast his shadow over a whole mess of collectors, he does. I'd stay away from him unless he got right good cause to talk to the man. And I've never spoken to him personally myself. Well, do you know where Farad is? I know where the rat bastard isn't. He ain't where most of the collectors call Kip, in Ragpicker Square. Great. But that is close by. There somewhere's the chant. Okay, so we might still find them. Do all collectors share your opinion of Farad? Okay, you already told us that. Thank you. That's all I wish to know. Well, keep yourself safe, Cutter. If I find you on the streets, I'll be kind to your corpse. Yeah, I bet you will. Cool.
All right.
Marrow friend. He has a different name. You can smell the reek of dung and rotting meat on this man even from afar. Though obviously weak and decrepit, his long, thin fingers and sunken eyes give him a sinister look as he scuttles through the garbage around him. The way he drools and rolls his eyes makes you wonder if he's mad. Greetings. He tries to focus on you, but his gaze wanders. His eyes are set deeply into hollow sockets, and his skin is terribly pale and diseased, covered with rashes and yellowed patches that look ready to peel from his body at any moment. The stench emanating from him is terrible. As you open your mouth to speak, he licks his lips and swallows. You deader? What did you say? You. He licks his lips again, and his long, spindly fingers pick at his skin as he stares at you. You deader? He He glances to your left, then his eyes dart back to you. Dead? Dead? Hungry? He reaches out to touch you, licking his scabrous lips. Nice. Yeah, let him touch you, why not? His fingers scrabble spider-like on your arm, as if looking for a piece to tear off. He licks his split lips again, and you watch yellowish drool drip from them. With a raspy moan, his fingers suddenly dig into the skin on your arm and pull off a bit. Step back. You watch and feel your stomach churn as he takes the bit of flesh and shoves it into his mouth. He chews it slowly, then swallows. You dead? No, but you'll be in moments. Let's not overreact now. No, I'm not dead. You taste dead. He scratches himself beneath his robe, and you suddenly notice that he has a finger hanging from his neck on a cord. It looks like there's a ring on it. Still hungry. What do you usually eat? He makes a snuffling noise like a pig. Dead. What is that finger bone? He looks down, his plague-ridden features twisting into a ghastly, snaggle-toothed parody of a grin. Snack. He looks ready to chew on it. Stop him. Don't eat that. Have a bite of me instead. I'm more fresh. Great. Lie. Don't eat that. I'll bring you a whole body to eat rather than that. Hell, why not? I'm more fresh. He smiles and reaches for your outstretched hand. My hand? Give me the finger bone first, marrow friend. He nods greedily and lets you take the finger bone. Well, let him bite you then. His teeth sink into the meat of your forearm and pull a chunk away with a single wrench of his neck. The pain is excruciating, but Marrow Friend sits on his haunches as if nothing had happened, chewing noisily at the mouthful of meat he pulled away. Great. Thanks, very well. Cool. What's this? Obsidian earring, 10% stealth skill bonus. Okay, I see. This is the ring we got from that rotten ear. I thought it was just like a copper ring or bronze, something normal like that, but apparently it was a magical artifact. Commonly referred to as a rogue's best friend, the black gem. This earring is made from possessive magical properties that absorb light, making it easier for its wearer to move undetected in the shadows. Great. Unfortunately, we're not thieves, and we're not going to be thieves. Fingerbone. This is a well-decayed and nearly meatless fingerbone from a humanoid of roughly your size. There is still some sort of odd ring on the finger. It's an intricate thing sculpted with dozens of tiny ornate flanges and decorative protrusions. Oddly enough, it seems firmly rooted to the finger, and no amount of pulling or prying will budge the thing. Almost as if the ring's jagged edges have dug into the lifeless finger itself and refused to release it. Use. Yeah, we just read that. And we know we can't pull it from the finger because you just told us. It refuses to release it, yes. You have an odd feeling about it, however. Remove your own finger, replace it with a finger bone. Now isn't that a thought? This game really has some interesting... lot of body modification going on here. Also, Mort gets new teeth. Yeah, why not? Replace it with a finger bone. Place the ring finger of your left hand into your mouth. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath with your hand in your mouth. And bite down as hard as you can. There is a sickening crunch and you're overcome with a taste and smell of blood. Nice. You spit the bloody finger out and place the rotted ring-laden finger bone against the gushing stump. Sweet. At first, nothing happens, and you're horrified at the thought of what you've just done. Suddenly, though, you feel a strange tingling sensation as bones fuse and tendons re-knit. In moments, the rotting finger bone has become a living part of your body, though it still throbs painfully. The jagged ring suddenly loosens and slips off into the palm of your hand. Great.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Mempa's biting ring. Cursed. +2 to armor class. Mempa was a mage obsessed with the possibility of having her magic items lost or burgled while she was asleep or otherwise incapacitated. While the vast majority of her carried possessions were inseparable from her corpse and thus buried with her, some of her weaker items, early experiments perhaps, were left behind and remain in the world as of the living. Mempa's biting ring, whose powerful aura protects its bearer from bodily harm, is one such item. However, once placed upon one's finger, the ring bites down and holds on so tenaciously that it's nigh impossible to remove it from the bitten digit. Okay, so if I put this ring on, I get a +2 armor class, but I can't remove it. Huh. Interesting. The question is, Dakon has 2 armor class. Wonder what would happen if I gave him... I guess he would have 0 armor class then. Do I want to use it? I can bite my own finger off, I guess. Well, I'm gonna wait a bit to equip that. So I don't know if it's... might regret it later. So what's this doorway doing here?
All right.
Actually, let's check the map. Trash-filled archway, trash warrens, Sharegrave's Kip, and the midwife's hut. Okay, this isn't marked. Ooh. Interesting. Let's explore. This
Done.
looks just like the dungeon.
I'm gone.
Junk.
All right. All right. I'm gone. Done.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, here we go. Unlike other collectors you've seen, the robes on this one seem to be of fine quality. Ah, another deader has come to visit us. Please excuse the mess my colleagues haven't had time to tidy up. There's no way out. Why, sure there is. The door is right over there, but you need one of these to activate the portal. He holds up what appears to be a small glass bead. Come, let us talk price. Let us talk price. I think I'll just kill you instead. I'm not particularly interested.
Damn it!
Die.
That was difficult.
Damn it!
Maybe he had some quest for us. Ah, too late. Too late. He shouldn't have trapped us. Scroll of Adder's Kiss. Flask's portal key. Bronze ring. High quality stiletto. Charm of infinite recall. Jagged knife.
Sure, why not?
Green steel knife. Lore skill set to 100. While practicing, some mage students discovered a means to condense and store knowledge into a charm form. This particular charm contains the entire resource library of the famed Charon School of Mages. Unfortunately, the effects of this charm are fleeting and the user is rendered unintelligible for a short period of time. This charm can be used to identify unknown items. It can only be used on the quick item menu on the world screen. After the charm is used, the user must then enter their inventory screen and right-click. Examine each item they want to identify. Okay. The charm will only allow the user to identify objects that are in his possessions. Items in other characters' inventories cannot be identified this way. The effects of this charm are temporary and must be used quickly. Okay, so if we have a bunch of magical items we want to identify, we can use it. Small fragile glass bead. Contain the reagents needed to open a certain portal once. Simply crush to activate. Well, we're done here. Crush. Crush the beast. Let's get out of here. I better break the lock, because I'm a nice guy. That should keep anyone else from entering. Yeah. Well done.
All right. All right.
Okay. Carver. Yellow fingers. Let's talk to Carver. Miss whistles merrily. Great. This man is whistling a cheerful tune and playing with a well-kept fighting knife. As you approach him, he stops whistling and gives you a curious look. What you want? I had some questions. My name's Carver, Cutter. I'm a thief for hire in the employ of Sharegrave, the boss of the collectors you see around this square. He pays me mostly to learn his lads to be real quiet-like, and how to fight if they runs into a spot of trouble. That's likely the only questions I'll answer for you, Cutter. He sniffs and shrugs. Thief for hire, could you train me? Sure. For a spotted jink, been trained before? No, I haven't. It's fine, I'm gonna cuff you now, so dodge it. He suddenly swings his open hand at your head. Dodge the blow. You avoid Carver's blow. Not bad, Cutter. Now about that spotted jink, 50 comments and I'll see you trained right up. Okay, trained like what? Okay, wait, I think I know. He's a thief trainer, so you can like change your class. That's no thanks. No thanks. But an interesting proposal anyway. I'm looking for a man named Farah. Do you know where he is? Carver shakes his head. Nay, I don't. Here he is nearby though. Some of his lads come running through at times, making for some hidey hole that's who knows where. Somewhere up around those elevated platforms, I'll bet. But it's none of my business. He shrugs and spits on the ground. Live and let live, says Carver. Where's your boss? Sharegrave. He nods towards the large, dilapidated house beside him. Careful, Lowcutter. You don't like visitors. He's right suspicious of everyone. Sharegrave's not even his real name. Just what me and some of the others calls him. Right. Okay, so I think we can train as a thief here if we want to. Sharegrave. Let's talk to him. Tall and lanky, this pale, grim-looking man exudes authority. His ganglion, somewhat awkward frame. Despite his ganglion, somewhat awkward frame. A good portion of his left ear is missing. What little that's left is a ragged mess of scar tissue, as if the ear was bitten rather than cut off. Oh, sorry. His narrow, shifting eyes, almost mere slits, look clever and dangerous. Would you be Sharegrave? He spits out a reply. I don't know you, Burke, he glares at you. Who are you to be asking about some Sharegrave cutter? A man called Pox referred me to Sharegrave. I was told he might know the location of someone named Farad. Tension in the room suddenly rises. Now, what a funny thing to be asking about. What do you want to know about Old Blood Farad for? He stole something from me and I want it back. He has some things of mine and I want them back. He knows something I need to know. He's a friend of mine. He has some things of mine and I want them back. He knows something I need to know. That's so, like what, like who I am. After an awkward silence he speaks. You're barmy, Burke, and not safe to have around from the looks of you. Get lost and be quick about it. But I had some more questions. That's so. How interesting. He suddenly calls out, Bloods, kill this man. Well, that's a nice guy. Well, I don't want the whole Ragpicker square to go after me, so let's flee, I guess. Could just kill him, but... Let's see, if everyone's hostile outside, then I'll just kill them all. Otherwise, I won't.
I'm gone.
Until I know what's going on here. Underbelly of this platform is thick with razor wine. It looks like it's holding the platform together. Yellow fingers. This Weasley-looking fellow is skulking about the garbage like a tattered shadow. Seeing you and Mort, he beckons to you. Hey, there's Skull. The skull, where'd you get the skull, eh? Your skull it is. Give it back to me. What? Mort turns to the hiver. Pike off. Truth, go on, take the skull. Truth, if you can prove to me the skull's yours, then I'll give it to you. It's only fair. Okay. You're not getting the skull. This is not your skull. I'll buy the skull from you, fair? This is not your skull. You calling me a liar, eh? Skull's mine. Mine. He mumbles for a moment, eyes rolling and darting. You the thief, spitting lies, I'll gotcha. Touch me and you'll be regretting it a short few moments before you die. Or I wouldn't try it. Go on, try. See what happens. Just forget you ever saw it. Touch me and you'll be regretting it a short few moments before you die. The man glances at you, eyes narrow. Suddenly he attacks. Yeah. You know what I think? I think he's gonna last about half a second. Yeah. I am a bit concerned in this game. People just attack you for absolutely no reason.
Done. I'm gone.
Nod. As you approach the hooded brown-robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself softly and occasionally nodding. Greetings. Someone comes to speak to Nod. Speaks to Nod, eh? He suddenly breaks into a fit of hacking coughs, then nods to himself. What are you doing? Nothing, except looking for deaders, nothing else. He sniffs, then gives another hacking cough. He mumbles for a moment, then he speaks again. Nothing else need the jink. Jink, jink. I had some questions. Throw him 5 coppers. Tell me about this area. He points to ground, nodding. The square. Ragpicker square. Trash everywhere, eh? Sharegrave square. He mumbles to himself for a moment. Well, I kind of know all that. He shakes his head, coughs, then resumes his nodding. You'd ask a Nod, eh? Nod ask a question for you, eh? Go ahead, ask your question. Nod has a sister, eh? Amaris. Lives in the hive, away from here, away from the square. So long ago Nod was separated from his sister, taken away. You've been separated from her and you'd like me to find her.
Updated my journal.
You don't know her? He shakes his head sadly for a moment, chewing his lower lip. If you sees her, if she does, tell her Nod. Her brother worries about her, eh? He does. He worries. Why don't you go find her? No. Nod covers his head with his arms, mumbling to himself. Nod can't speak right no more. He can, nay, and smells the corpses, and the dirt, and the square, and the ragpickers, and whatever. The outburst sends him into a fit of hacking coughs. What happened to you, Nod? Nod sniffs. Finally begins nodding to himself, speaking softly. Nod was young, eh? He was, and started hearing voices telling Nod to do this, do that. Bad things. Bad. like chewing on Nod's fingers. He holds his hands to his face and you can see old bite scars beneath the cake on filth. Great. Go on. So Nod's parents takes him away, as they does, puts him in a dark place, a winged tower, where they pokes needles and hooks in Nod's head. Voices stop, aye they do, but Nod can't think right, can't talks right. Nod escapes the place, he does, wakes up in the highway. So where's this, is this winged tower? Dunno. Bad place, bad. He shakes his head violently, clutching at his temples before resuming his usual nodding. Go on with your story. Nod wakes up. There's collectors, eh? Collectors poking at Nod, saying, look, not a deader. Deader he's not. Takes him back. And they takes Nod back, they does. Takes back to the square. So long years ago. I'll find your sister for you. Nod thanks you, he does. Nod thanks you. Amaris was pretty, so pretty. Lives in the hive now. Fair skin she was. Hair like jet. And always in blue. Blue. She was always in blue.
Updated my journal.
Kind of recognize that name, but I don't know. So what's this place then? Midwife's hut.
Done.
Okay, so nothing particular of interest except this woman. This squat old woman looks like she's had all the color bled out of her. Everything from her hair to her shawl to her robe, all are shades of grey. The only splotches of color on her come from several strange herbs which are tied to her belt by their stalks. The herbs make a strange swish when she moves, like a broom. Greetings. The elderly woman turns and stares at you. You notice the grey shades blanketing her body extend to her features as well. Her hair is a wispy grey, and her eyes are like chips of granite. She frowns when she sees you. And who might ye be, The name's Aiden. Who are you? I don't really know who I am. So, you not know yourself, child. She squints and points at your chest. Hard to piece together the man beneath all that tracery and scrawling scars, is it? Maybe. Who are you? With a sly cackle, she wags her eyebrows. Have you not heard of old Mebeth? The midwife of the square? Have you not now? She narrows her eyes and her voice drops. Well, now ye have, for I be Mebeth. You're a midwife. What do you do?
Updated my journal.
I set bones right, drive the cough out of the sick, yank out squealing stubborn babes, mend cloaks or a rag or two, make curses and herbs and other such. She squints at you, studying your scars. Be needing a cure or three, do you then? Cures. Hey, you been needing some cures to look at ya. Don't you want to buy some, do ya? Did you want to buy some, do ya? She glances at the scars covering her body again and shrugs. Too late to be asking for them, I think. Actually, we could use some healing. I don't need any cures now, but they might be useful later. Could I see what you have? Actually, I could just use a place to rest. Would you mind if I slept here? Or not at the moment. I have a question for you. Well, actually, we could use some healing. Mebeth nods. Very well then. She reaches for one of the dried herbs at her belt snaps it off at the stalk, then grinds it in her calloused palms. Small wisps of dust and pollen rise from her hands. She then mumbles to herself, then blows the dust into the air. Take a deep breath.
Updated my journal.
The grey pollen swirls around the room, blanketing you and your companions. You breathe deeply, and less than a moment later you feel strangely refreshed. Thanks, Meveth. Before I go, I had some other questions. Do you know someone named Farad? Farad? That pah. You watch as Meveth spits once, twice, 3 times, then follows it by making a semi-circle over her heart. That gull turd. What should be wanting with the likes of him? I need to find him. Do you know where he is? He's not in Ragpicker Square, that much I can tell ya. You need to find a way under the square to get to that turd spider skip. She spits again. Even talking about him leaves a foul taste, it does. He's under the square. She jabs her finger at the floor. Hey, he's buried beneath these piles of trash, him and his boys. And the tough time you'd have digging him out of his nest. She shakes her head. Let be, child. I need to find him. How do I get down there?
Updated my journal.
Mebeth frowns, then sighs. Hear tell Farad's got a gate that leads to his nest somewhere here in the square. It's just a matter of finding it. You might want to ask some of the others. Some would travel a bit more than old Mebeth. I see. I'm missing a journal. I happen to know where one could be found. Haven't seen one. If it's in the square, which I doubt, since folks don't traffic much with books and the like, it's most likely been sold or stolen. Was it something important to you then? Magic thingy, all glowing and sparkling with magics, eh? If so, you might never see it again. Maybe not. I had some other questions. What do you sell here, Meveth? I sell rags and herbs and cures and charms, mixes and poultices, all that wash, she shrugs. Also, if you find a queer item you can't figure out, bring it to Mebeth. No promises, child, but mayhap I can riddle out what it is. I see. Can I see what you have to sell then? Cool. Cranium rat charm. +1 to intelligence. When the charm is consumed, the user gains a temporary increase to the reasoning and perception abilities. Corpsefly charm. What was that? Swarm curse. Yeah, that was an attack charm. Blood charm heals 18 hit points. Like its younger cousin, the clot charm, the blood charm stimulates the user's blood into clotting and scabbing over existing wounds, healing damage the user may have suffered before consuming the charm. However, while the blood charm's initial healing effect is more powerful than the clot charm, it has no other lasting effects, so it's just pure healing. 18 points. Heart charm is 27 points. But really expensive. Clot charm 60. coppers. Needle and thread is... Okay, so... a blood charm... and needle and thread is 2 coppers per hit point, if we want to buy. Obsidian earring is worth 200. Good to know. Don't know if I want this book anymore. Gold earring, so we can sell these things. 1 silver ring worth 80. Cool. Silver earring worth 80. Gaudy ring isn't worth anything. Copper earring 40. Yeah. Well, let's sell this stuff, right? 56 for a bronze ring. 60 for a bronze. I don't know. I guess it's pretty decent prices. Ancient copper earring. The earring might be worth more to a merchant as a result. I guess that means it isn't useful for anything else. I'm guessing. Now let's sell off our loot then. Let's sell that one also. 4,416 coppers, well. Aid. We don't have anything that needs to be identified, I think. Right. Let's buy some of this stuff. Can't I buy like 10? Let's double click like this. Well. Well, the nameless one doesn't really need. That much healing stuff, but whatever. Let's buy 10 blood charms as well. Oops, she didn't have that many. Scroll of remove curse. Bloodfly charm. Heals 3 hit points and increases regeneration. Very expensive though. Scroll remove curse. Cursed items shall no longer afflict you when the spell is cast. Interesting. Cursed items shall no longer afflict you. That means probably that we could put on that ring, for example, and then remove it using the spell. If we want to change. It allows... Yeah... It does not remove the curse from the actual item itself, but it allows the person to successfully unequip and rid themselves of the cursed item. Cool. Maybe we should get that, or aid. Okay, so we can buy remove curse here as a service also. Great. Good to know. We don't have any items that need identifying. Gaudy ring. It's a magical item, I see. Yeah, identified. Ring of the Traveler. +1 to armor class. These rings are quite common across planes, simple to make and in great demand. Mages usually create these items as a way to raise quick money. This particular ring has a minor enchantment on it that protects the wearer from harm. Okay. Right, I didn't even know that was a magical item, so... always good to check. Well, now I feel confident that we can put on this ring. Yeah, it's cursed. I know. And the gaudy ring. Now we should have... Yeah, armor class 7 suddenly. That's a lot better. Army class 7. We're 15 experience points from leveling up. That's pretty nice. Okay, Nabith. I had some questions. Are you a witch? Mabeth scrutinizes you. I say not as to what I am and isn't, but what you be wanting to know, so fool... What? But what you be wanting to know, so fool bad for you that you hound an old woman barking and sniffing for a juicy bit of gossip? What? Okay... Right, now I understand why the game is trying to herd us to this area, because we have a thief trainer that can change your class to thief, and then we have a mage trainer here. So you're supposed to go here immediately, I guess, and then you can choose your class. I want to learn about magic, could you teach me? Mabeth laughs. Pah! I'm no teacher, no schoolmistress all set up to teach like them in the big fest hall. There's others somewhere, I'm sure, that spill the dark a bit. You'd be wasting your time with old Mabeth, so you would. I don't agree, I think you have a lot to teach. Mabeth looks at you intently. Oh, eh? Why do you want to learn such things? Because I just want to know, because I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. Because I need power. My reasons are my own. Yes, because I need power to destroy my enemies. Pah! An ill desire for the ladder of the arts will always remind you that there's another rung just above you, and there's a bunch of people and things that'll be on it too. There'll always be someone better, and they'll learn ye if you crave too much. I understand. Will you teach me anyway? Pah! Mebeth shakes her head. One should make songs rather than make magic. Songs have more beauty. Magic's been made dull, commonplace, soiled by the mob of people that have tromped through it. She squints at you. I'll teach you, but first you'll need to do some things for me, you hear? Like what? My legs aren't good for walking about Sigil, and there's errands I'd have you run. I need you to fetch me some herbs from the market. It's Spireward easterly and southerly from here. In the hive market, here's a sample. She takes a black seed from her coat and flicks it to you.
Updated my journal.
Examine the seed. You twist the black seed in your hand. As you do, you feel a small bite, then a small drop of blood oozes from your thumb. There are tiny barbs on the seed like teeth. Mebeth snorts. Careful with it. Show it to one of the fruit merchants at the market. They will know what herbs you seek. Very well, then I'll return when I have the herbs. Cool, and then we can finally become a mage. Maybe we should do that before we go and seek out Farad underneath this place. Also, we had the quest to find that sister. Northwestern portion of the hive. Yeah, I guess we'll have to go that way. Let's do that. Cool. Then we're gonna have to figure out what to do with all these spells we have.
I'm gone.
Dakon can also use spells.
Done. I'm gone.
Okay. Let's see. To the southwestern portion of the hive. This is the marketplace, right? So this should go here. I guess. Yeah. Finds herbs, spices, and fruit. Sounds like a fruit merchant right there.
All right.
We meet again. Some sea plums today. Arbory and fire seeds. Mebeth, the midwife of the square, needs some herbs sprung from this seed here. Can you help me? The man takes the seed, looks at it critically as he presses it between his thumb and forefinger. He winces and a small drop of blood appears on his thumb. Ah, this seed's got a bite on it. I noticed that. Do you have the herbs she's talking about? He can't seem to take his eye off the seed. Lad, I don't know if there's anyone who has what your friend seeks to be square. I've never seen such a seed before. You would need someone who cultivates seeds such as this, for I have none. Very well done. Where would I find such a person?
Updated my journal.
Don't know the dark of that, friend. He hands the seed back to you. You'd be hard-pressed to find a gardener in the hive. Maybe Mornsford trees could help.
I feel stronger.
Cool, level up. Level up. One characteristic point. Weapon proficiency slot gained. Fighting skills have improved. How do I choose by fighting skills? Oh, difficult decisions here. Got one more point of... Yeah, one more point of tanks, maybe. Doesn't change my army class. Wisdom is almost... Heroic. Doesn't seem to change that either. But I just got a lot of decks. Exceptional or heroic intelligence. I guess heroic intelligence would be interesting. Genius level. That sounds good. Accept. Unused slots. Weapon proficiencies. How do I use them? Lawful good. Wow, I'm really good at two shoes. But that's what I'm trying to be also, so... How do I get weapon proficiencies? Well, I have them, but how do I assign them?
Done. Done. I'm gone. All right.
Let's find worms for trees. She's dressed in blue. Warns for Trees smiles widely upon seeing you. Ah, my friend, you returned. The trees seem to improve each day. Something you wished of me? Yes, I have a question. I need some herbs sprung from this seed. Can you help me? Warns for Trees takes the seed from you and holds it up to his eye. What an odd seed. Are those teeth along the edge? Barbs, perhaps. Where did you come by it, friend? Old Mebeth, the midwife of the square, needs some herbs sprung from that seed. Do you know where I could get some? No, Mourns for Trees continues to stare at the seed in his hand. This is the only seed of its kind I've ever seen. He winces and a spot of blood glistens on his thumb. Barbs on it are sharp indeed. Perhaps you should hold it. So you can't help me either? Unless you can make that one grow, I cannot. Again, I've never seen a seed of its like before, friend. If we wanted it to grow enough, is it possible to make it grow? Is there any way of making it grow faster? Perhaps if you cared enough to see it grow. Focus on the seed. Will it to grow? To your surprise, there is a crack and the seed splits. Twigs splitting from its surface like fingers. Instinctively you drop the seed, but the talon-like twigs wrap around your wrists and will not let you go.
Updated my journal.
What the hells? Mourns for Trees stares at the barbed branches wrapped around your wrist, stunned. I think the barbs on those new branches would be more than enough for what your friend needs. I hope she can get this damn thing off me. Look, before I go, I had some questions, actually. No. Okay, cool.
Done. Done.
So we're done with that, and let's go back to this was not the place.
Done. I'm gone. I'm gone. All right.
Hey, we're being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Well, now when we finally have some stores to sell this stuff in, that combat is actually useful. Right, so let's see here.
Done.
He gets
Endure.
stuck there.
In enduring, grow strong.
You just stand there and endure if you want. We're gonna go in here. Magically, he teleported to join us. Great. Old Mebeth, I returned with those herbs you wanted. Now maybe you can get this damn bramble patch off my wrist. Is that so? Mebeth glances at the barbs that surround your wrist. If so, think it off then. Do so.
Updated my journal.
Creaking and snapping, the black barbed branches unravel themselves from your wrist and form into a tangled ball of brush and twigs. It looks like a nest of dead black snakes. Mebeth snorts. Think it into a picture frame or some such something, with more structure and less angles. Concentrate on the barbed ball and imagine it as a picture frame. Okay. The branched ball creaks, the twigs bending and twisting until the branches have bent themselves into a small picture frame. 2 handspans on a side. Almost unconsciously, you imagine shape the barbs to the back of the frame so it can be hung from the wall easily. And, as an afterthought, you move the remaining barbs to the inside of the frame so it can be picked up by the edges. How's that? Mebeth stares at the frame for a moment and cackles. Ha! Square enough it is. Good work, child, good work. She picks up the frame and scrutinizes it. This'll do nicely. Is that all you wanted for? Hey, well, this is enough, she snips. Hey, but there was one thing I forgot to tell ya to fetch when ye left last time. And it'll take you back to the merchant square, it will. Bloody hell. Look for the cloth seller Gisgorl. He has some rags of mine that he was supposed to wash, and long has it been since I first asked him to do it. You could have mentioned that before I left. Alright, I'll be back. Okay.
All right.
No end to the running. Hope we're getting closer to finishing this.
I'm gone.
I want to become a mage. And where the hell are we now? Okay, this is not the marketplace yet. Okay.
I'm gone.
Gisgorl is here. Giscorl turns to you. I, Giscorl. He bows and spreads his trembling, scarred hands. I'm here to pick up someone's wash. Mebeth, the midwife. Ragpicker Square? Washcloth? Yes, Mebeth, Ragpicker Square. Ragpicker, he taps his fingers as if counting something. I know, I remember. He holds up a trembling finger as if telling you to wait. He comes back with a flattened mass of green rags, thin as paper, yet so stiff they look like they could double as wooden boards. The rags are so caked with a greenish lime starch that they look like it would take years of soaking to relax them. How many times did you clean these? Giscorl, washcloth, starch cloth every 5th day. Washcloth, starch cloth every 5th day. His eyes flicker. Giscorl wash many years, always starch cloth on 5th day. Giscorl's ritual, but they're ruined. Washcloth is Giscorl's ritual. His voice is flat, almost zombie-like. Must starch cloth every 5th day. What's the point of doing it every 5th day when they don't need? Oh, never mind, just hand them over. Give cloth. He nods, then hands you the rags. They're heavy. It's like carrying an armload of bricks. I'll take them back to Mebeth now. Farewell. Yes. Farewell.
Can't run while I'm carrying all this.
Oh. Wait, 15? You carry it. Dear, oh dear.
Done.
Right. Mebeth seems lost in twisting the black branch picture frame you made for her. She is squaring the edges and snapping off some of the barbed seeds on the branches. She suddenly notices you and sets down the frame. Hey, child? I brought your wash. I think Giscorl was a little heavy on the cleaning ritual, though. She takes the stacks of starch green rags from you, and she examines them critically. At least they won't tear, she sighs. Or bend. What was with that cloth merchant Giscorl? His hands are all scarred, and he seemed slow. Mebeth is still turning the cloth over in her hands, tapping it with her finger. Well, child, sometimes one burns with the art, and other times the art burns you. Is that what happened to him? Mebeth clicks her tongue. Mayhap. There's some for who using the art is like breathing. They strolls about with pointy hats and stinkweed pipes. Then there's hedge wizards and plain-touched gypsies and fortune casters and half-seers and midwives who flicker with the art. Them have a harder time of it. And Giscorl was one of them. Mebeth nods. So to speak. In some ways, he's no different now than he was. Addicted to habit and ritual he was. She sets down the stiff rags. They clunk as she places them on the floor. Hey now, there's one last thing I need from you, child, though. Dear, this better not involve me going back to the market, Mebeth. Oh? And if it does, child? Mebeth draws herself up and glares at you. And she glares at you. Even at full height, her head barely crests your shoulders. Mebeth, it's a waste of time to keep traveling to the market for all these things, especially when you could have taken a moment and thought about everything you needed instead of sending me on the same errand 3 times. All I'm saying is that if you can't keep your head straight about what you need from the market, I doubt you can teach me much about magic. Never mind. What do you need? Only this. I need some inks for scribing some ingredients in one of me cookery books. I'll need you to fetch some from one of the merchants. Kosa Jai be your name. Alright then.
Updated my journal.
I'm off. Doesn't get much better than this. At least I know the way now. Yeah. Let's talk to her. The old woman gives you a gummy smile. Some fish, my child, fish heads. Cloying fish smell surrounds her. Bebeth said you sell ink. She sent me to purchase some. Ink? She chuckles. Nay, sir, I sells no ink. I just sell fish. Are you sure? Mebeth, the midwife in Ragpicker Square, mentioned you specifically. Well, Kosai Jai was me dam's name and me grandma's name, so it could be any of us, yet they're both in the dead book, so only this Kosai Jai matters. No idea what she's on about. Midwives in Ragpicker Square, you say? She thinks for a moment. Don't know her, I don't. So you don't have any ink. Well, I can't say that's much of a surprise. I swear Mebeth is having me running circles. Now hold on. Your midwife's friend's not all wrong. I know how you can get ink. But it may not be the ink you're looking for. The ink I'm thinking of bleeds from the gills of a Brogota fin, it does. This Brogota fin bleeds ink. She frowns. Hey, thing is, that fish's not for eating. It's got a horrible taste. Scalds the tongue. You can ask Mayram. She pitches her fish cell down the streets a southerly way. She cackles. She might have one of them fish she needs on her pole.
Updated my journal.
Yes, I bet she does.
I'm gone.
Well met again, sir. What can I do for you? Have you heard of Brogota fin? I was told it bleeds ink from its gills. She blinks, then nods. Hey, that fish is a strange one, it is. Not many have heard of it, and less want to eat it. Difficult to kill, and even in death, it still seems to live. Not many want to latch their teeth around something that still writhes. Actually, a lot of Asian people do. Do you have one?
Updated my journal.
Hey, but the ink, you'll need something to carry it in. Have you a bowl or cup, perchance? Or a tankard. Maybe one of the merchants is selling one, yes.
I'm gone.
I do know of a merchant selling a tankard. I think her. The woman smiles warmly at your approach. Hello again, sir, and what we'd like to purchase this day, What are you selling right now? We sell plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like, sir. Yes, I need something to hold ink in. Do you have a tankard or a goblet for sale? Oh yes, many kinds. They range in price from a few coppers to several hundred. Actually, I'm looking for the cheapest one you have. She raises an eyebrow. She reaches into a crate at her side and throws a battered-looking tankard to you. It's covered in dents and its handle looks like it's about to fall off. This one looks like it was used on someone's skull. She smiles slightly. It'll do. Thanks and
Updated
farewell.
my journal. All right.
What's up?
Where's Mort? I brought a tankard. Can I get the ink from the fish in it? She nods and plucks a fish from her pole. It twitches as she grabs it, then starts lashing about as she begins to twist it like a rag. She wrings it until bluish-black ichor begins to trickle down from the fish's gills. When your tankard is almost full, she relaxes her grip and throws the twitching fish into a sack at her side. Thanks.
Updated my journal.
Farewell. Now I hope that's the last thing.
I'm gone.
Need. 3 quests. Rule of 3. Right. Yeah. And a little fight for diversion. Why not? Okay. Did he die or did he escape? He died.
Yeah.
Money.
Sure, why not?
All right.
Mebeth is tugging at the massive greenish lime starched rags you brought from Giskorl. She seems to be purposely fraying the edges, as if to peel them apart somehow. When she hears you approach, she turns. Here's that ink you wanted. Mebeth takes the tankard of ink from you, then sniffs it. Prime ink, fresh it is, eh? She nods at you. You've done well, child, all I've asked. Now, I ask you again, after all you've seen, do you still want to learn the art? Yes, after all, the guiding goal of your errands was to test my persistence, was it not? No, it was just to get my chores done. Mebeth smiles, then nods. Yes, mayhap, child, mayhap. And that's not all. You knew who I had to see to accomplish each errand, didn't you? Mebeth nods again, slower this time. Mayhap, child, mayhap. If so, what did your senses tell you about them? Mourns for Trees showed me that my beliefs affect the world around me. Giskorl taught me that ritual is a wasted effort if the purpose of the ritual is ignored. Mayram taught me that no matter how much I think I know, there is still much I can learn from another's eyes. Too bad I already talked to all of these characters before Mebeth sent me to see them. Mebeth is silent for a moment. Then she walks slowly over to you and touches you on the cheek. Oh, child, she sighs. You will be a master sorcerer one day, you will. Of course I will. You have the knowing of it. Yet, you've come to old Mebeth for help, you have. What could a midwife teach such a one? Much, Mebeth. I want to learn all you have to teach. Unusable item placed in backpack. So you'll walk the path then, Mebeth pauses. Well, first things firstly, just having the knack for the art isn't enough. You need some means of giving it focus, usually spells. The spells are usually in a book, so the art demands you have a spell book, or it's like a force you can cast spells, huh? Can you read? I don't know. Don't I know? Yes. Then let's test it. Can you read this? Mebeth draws forth a small tattered card. It looks like a recipe. Examine the recipe. The writing on the recipe swims before your eyes, each symbol twisting out of focus whenever you try and read it. Almost instinctively, you relax your eyes, allowing them to take in the page all at once. And symbols suddenly bleed together. The recipe lists measurements, ingredients. It appears to be some minor divination. This is a minor divination, isn't it? It looks like it's a spell that allows the user to see the nature of an item, to see whether it's enchanted or not. Mebeth's eyes widen. Who are ye to test old Mebeth so? Are ye some fiend? No, well, not to my knowledge. What's wrong?
Updated my journal.
Well, not expecting it I was. She nods at the recipe, then plucks it out of your hand. What you see, it's written in the language of the art. If you're not a mageling yet, it should be all a swirl or jumble of mishmash. She snaps her finger. Yet clear as crystal, you pluck the sense out of it right up. Mayhap ye tell old Mebeth why that is. Bleh, Mebeth. I don't really know, I just knew what it said. I think I may have known once, but forgot. Seeing the symbols just jarred my memory. Or else a natural gift you may have. No matter, no matter. You've just shaved seasons off your learning, you have. Mebeth harumphs. And I'd been looking for someone to handle the chores around here, I had. Yeah, sure, you had. If you need help with anything around here, you can still ask. It's the least I can do in exchange for you teaching me. No, don't worry yourself about that. She frowns. Well, you can read spells well enough, but spells are no good to you without a book to put them in. Okay, do you have one? Mebeth glances around the hut, and then she catches sight of the black barbed picture frame you made. She picks it up carefully and studies it. This'll do. That thing is just a frame. Ah, but so are ye, child. She, still holding the frame, she picks up one of the starched rags you got from Giskorl. With a yank, she pulls off the greenish starched surface film. It flutters in the air like a wispy bit of cloth. Whatever Giskorl uses in the wash, it works better than curing, stretching, and stoning does on a normal rag. Can't afford parchment, I can't. Parchment? She takes the starchy film and pulls it over the black barbed frame, latching the rag's edges onto the hooks around the frame until it looks like a small greenish black painter's canvas. It's missing something. Well, it needs something painted on it. She nods. Or written on it. She takes the tankard of ink you've given her and sets it down next to her. She dips one of her fingernails into the tankard and draws it out, mumbling to herself. She begins to scratch symbols onto the frame, one by one, still mumbling to herself. All's done. Mebeth stands, drying her ink-stained fingernail on her robe. She tilts her head, regarding the strange framed page in front of her. A page for your spellbook it is. She indicates you should pick it up. Take it. Inside your spellbook are your recipes, your spells, if you will. As long as they sit in the book, though they're just words. She taps her head. The art demands you pluck the magic out of the book and put them in your addict, your head, before you can tap their power. Go on. You put them in your addict by studying them, memorizing them. You usually need to rest first before you can do this. Any questions? No, Mebeth. Oh, no questions. Well, now you should have questions. You know also about how to memorize spells, do you? You're a sharp one. You sure don't need any more of Mebeth's words, all gobbling up your precious time. You're a master sorcerer already. Forgive me, Mebeth, I meant no questions on what you'd said. Please explain how to memorize spells. Alright then. Here's the dark of how you memorize spells. Pick the spell you want to stick in your head from your spellbook before you goes to sleep. When you wake in the morn, they'll be buzzing in your head like flies, ready to be let out. Cool. How many spells can I cast? You can cast only one, mayhap 2 spells before needing to rest again. As a tiny flitting mageling, there isn't much room in your addict, so use your spells wisely until you get wiser in the art. As your power increases, you'll get more room in your addict for spells. Alright, go on. You can only cast spells you've memorized, so if you want to use the art to say mend something twice, you need to memorize the spell. How many times? Twice. Mebeth nods. Twice. Right enough. How can I get more spells?
Updated my journal.
Mebeth shrugs. Keep your eyes and ears out for learning. Even common folks might have some minor magics to teach. There's also scrolls, recipes, books, and even some stranger items that have spells inscribed on them. Like armor of giant skeletons, for example. If you find one, just examine it close and copy it into your book if you want it. Got it. I can also show you more spells if you return, especially when you've a little more of the planes in you. What? Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thanks. Before you go, child, you'll need some magics for you to whet your appetite. Mebeth rummages in her robe, then pulls forth 3 small recipes which she passes to you. You should copy these into your book so they can go into your addict as soon as possible. Thanks, Mebeth.
Updated my journal.
Wow, 5000 XP. Wait, there's more. Mebeth fishes a tiny bundle of black cloth from her apron and unrolls it, producing a pair of amber earrings. These will protect you on your travels, child. I no longer wear them myself, so go ahead and take them. Thanks again. Alright, child, don't tarry here any longer. One such as ye have other ways to spend one's time, rather than hang around old Mebeth. Now, come on, Mebeth, you're not old. Pah, you flatterer, your tongue is so lined with silver, it'd shame a bait to get you hints. Thanks for everything, Mebeth. Pah, you can thank me by not playing the Addle Cove with what you've learned, whatever that is. The art damned many a fool who sought to bend it in ways the art weren't meant to bend. Now get along with you. Ah, yes.
I feel stronger.
Whoa, leveled up again. Oh yeah, okay. So now I changed changed class, so I'm a mage now. And I read up a little bit about how this game handles classes and levels, multi-classing. Apparently, the nameless one, like Dakon here, for example, is a multi-class fighter and mage. But the nameless one can actually change back and forth between different classes. So now I am a full mage, nothing fighter about me. So I do keep my hit points, and I keep, I think I keep my armor class and my weapon proficiencies. But my to hit armor class 0 is horrible right now. And yeah, interesting. So let's level up our wizard class. 0 hit points gained. Spell memorization abilities have increased. Okay, well, I guess my hit points don't increase because I'm already leveled up to class 6, I think, as a fighter. So until I level up, wow, up to level 3. So until I level up above level 6, I guess I won't get any more benefits from like hit points from my class, things like that. But you know, it could be worse. I mean, as a level 6 fighter, I got a lot of hit points. So I think I have a solid base, solid foundation to stand on. Cool. Recipe: chromatic orb, blood bridge, identify, amber earrings. Amber earrings, +2 to armor class, memorize 2 additional first level mage spells. These earrings are made from hardened sap of the razor vine, but when properly prepared, items made from this substance can be enchanted with powerful spells of protection. Cool. Armor class 5. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I have this. Doesn't do anything for Dakon, but maybe it can do something for me. Armor class 1, that's pretty good. Does this do anything? Yeah, it does actually. Cool. I can still use daggers, but I can't use hammers, fist irons, axes, and stuff like that. So, select spells. I don't know any spells, I guess. Where's the priest mage spellbook? Nameless one. Spells. Don't know any spells. Okay, so these are the spells, I guess, in Dakon's spellbook, and these are the ones that he has memorized, and he has 3 slots to memorize. Rain, submersive will, rain of anger, a scripture of steel. +1 to hit and +1 to saves. If the targeted creature fails its saving throw at -1, the creature will be struck with blindness and suffer a -4 penalty to attack rolls and +4 penalty to target armor class. This one's pretty useless since I already have armor class 2, so... Okay. Power of 1. Spell increases the target's strength score by a certain number of points. Okay. Yeah, 1d8 plus 1. 1d4 plus 1. Yeah, cool. We already have 4 slots for spells and 1 slot for level 2 spells. So let's memorize some spells. Chromatic Orb, Blood Bridge. Blood Bridge. This spell allows the caster to share a portion of his life with others, weakening himself but strengthening others. Well, it sounds pretty useful for me, since I'm immortal.
It's in my spell book.
Identify.
It's in my spell book.
Chromatic Orb.
It's in my spell book.
Scroll of Identify, Scroll of Chromatic Orb. Well, this is good, because then Dakon can learn these.
Spell has been added to my teachings. Spell has been added to my teachings.
Fist of Iron. Area effect, Nameless One only. This spell gives the caster's fist the strength and durability of iron. Only... Only the Nameless One, so let's give that to him then. Adder's Kiss. It's said an Adder's Kiss can scald even the most fearsome of fiends. This spell calls forth an acidic bolt to shower an opponent. When cast, caster chooses any target within 150 feet, and the Adder's Kiss will strike for 2 to 8 hit points for acid damage. For every 3 levels of the caster, the acid lasts 5 seconds longer, inflicting another 2 to 8 points of acid damage per 5-second segment. Okay. Scroll of Strength. This is basically the same as Dakon's spell, just not quite as powerful. Let's give it to Nameless One. Scroll of Ice Knife. This spell fires a magical ice dagger at the target. 2 to 8 points of damage. All creatures within a radius, 5-foot radius, must make a successful 5-yard radius, right? Must make a successful saving throw versus paralyzation or suffer 1 to 4 points of cold damage and have a -2 penalty to their attack roll. That one also goes to the Nameless One. Scroll of Armor, Adder's Kiss, less rewarding. Rune of Armor. That's
Spell has been added to my teachings.
Rune of Shielding. Teaches user shield. Well, okay, let's... Great rewarding, less rewarding, I don't know. worthless stuff. Fist of Iron.
It's in my spell book. It's in my spell book. It's in my spell book. It's in my spell book.
Father's Kiss. Scroll of Armor. Rune of Lesser Warding. I don't know what this does. Let's give all these to the nameless one. We're gonna be the head wizard in this party.
It's in my spell book. It's in my spell book.
Really? It's already in my spellbook. Well... Okay.
Spell has been added to my teachings.
This one I can't use. Well, good to know. In that case, we can sell it, I guess. Identify magical items. Chromatic Orb, Fist of Iron. This spell works only on the nameless one. When cast, all its normal punch attacks are +3 to hit and +6 to damage. The nameless one cannot cast spells while a Fist of Iron is in place. That sucks. Shield. When cast, a magical orb of protective energy arises and protects the recipient from attacks from all directions. It bestows an armor class of 3 against all attacks and +1 to all saving throws for 25 seconds per level of the caster. Armor. This spell grants an armor class of 6 to the target. It is cumulative with dexterity bonuses but nothing else. It's pretty useless then. Chromatic Orb. Large magical orb of color. Does damage depending on level. Fire damage right now. Okay. So... identify... Blood Bridge. When cast, the mage can select any living non-undead target within touch range and drain life from himself. 2 hit points +1 hit point per level of the caster and give it to the target. Well, that's pretty useful for me. Strength. Yeah, 1d4 points of strength. Ice Knife. Ice Dagger. Well. There's Kiss. You know what? I'll take Blood Bridge. It's pretty useful. Cool. Finally. I'm a mage. Took a while.
Alright.
So I guess if I had went to Ragpicker Square immediately, this would all have gone a bit smoother, but since I didn't... I'm always suspicious of doing what the game tells me to do, so I went around wasting a lot of time.
Done.
Being really careful not to miss
Done.
anything, so... But you
I'm
know
gone.
what? It seemed to work out anyway.
Done.
So I think we are ready to face anything. Let's change formation. This isn't working, is it? Wedge formation. Yeah, that's good.
being watched, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
So,
All right.
how can I get up here then? This archway leads only inches into the small building before becoming blocked by a solid wall of refuse. The rubbish is packed so tightly it may as well be stones and mortar. As you come closer, however, the archway's outline begins to shimmer. You notice the handful of junk you've been carrying about begins to shimmer as well. Thrust the junk into the archway or step back and leave. The wall of refuse flickers, wavers, and seems to fold in on itself, revealing an open space beyond it. A passage or portal seems to have formed within the frame of the archway. Great. Okay, trash-filled archway to the trash warrens. Oh, closed.
All right.
Okay, I didn't use up trash permanently. So I guess that's the... leave. I guess that's the portal to wherever Farad is. What's this then?
Done. Done. I'm gone.
Okay. I can't get there. Rat bone.
I'm gone.
How do we get there? Wow, you can actually walk here. It's not so easy to see which areas are accessible or not. There's a tent there.
I'm gone.
Well, let's talk to Ratbone then. This tall, spindly man keeps his eyes on the ground at his feet. He occasionally pauses and kneels as if searching for some object or clue hidden in the rubbish. Despite his odd, lanky proportions, he appears quite quick and lithe. Greetings. As you speak, he whirls and drops into a half-crouch. Though whether he's ready to spring at you or in some other direction, you cannot tell. What? Speak, quick, now. I had some questions. Well, I don't got answers. Pike off. You hadn't noticed it before, but he's got a long curved dagger in his hand. It won't do you any harm to speak with me. That's so. He squints at you for a moment, then spits on the ground beside him. How's I supposed to know that, eh? You'll just have to trust me. Nay, not a chance. Go pester someone else. He calls as you turn to leave. Oi, hold a moment there. Yeah? He straightens up and puts his weapon away. Who sent you? Why you here? What makes you think someone sent me? He squints at you long and hard. After an awkward silence, he speaks. Fine. What did you want from me? Like I said, I had some questions. Go on then, ask your questions. Who are you? Ratbone I am. Who are you? I don't know. Ratbone's eyebrows shoot up. Really now, that's odd enough to be true, eh? What happened? Someone cuff you on that scarred up noggin of yours? Something like that. I had other questions. What are you doing here? Nothing you'd care to know about. It seems like you're searching for something. Nay, I'm actually hunting. He suddenly stops speaking, squinting at you suspiciously. What do you care, huh? Truth, I'm wondering if I could help. Well, I don't go about spelling chant and getting none back. Tell me what you're doing here first. I'm looking for a man named Farad. Well, I'm hunting cranium rats. Why are you hunting rats? Not just rats, mind ya. Cranium rats. There's a bounty on them. Yeah, 1 copper a head, like for a tail. Didn't you know? A copper for each tail you bring in. That's nothing. Yeah. Interesting. Why is there a bounty on them? I kind of know that already. 'Cause they're not like your normal rat. They're far more dangerous to a Burke. The more of them there are together, the smarter they get. Smart enough to cast spells, even like a mage. Wow. The Hive, huh? All the sigil, really, is dangerous enough without packs of brilliant spell-casting rats squeaking about. Where do you bring the tails? I already know. Why? Planning on doing some rat catching yourself? Perhaps? Well, don't be doing it here, Burke. They're rare enough lately without having another sod coming in and pecking around my hunting ground. They've been rare lately, do you know why? Nay, I don't. Maybe they've been hunted too much. I'm not the only rat catcher in Sigil, you know. Just the only rat catcher here in Ragpicker Square. Interesting. Can you tell me about this area? What you looking to know? Ratbone might have an answer or two for you. Anything to look out for here? Plenty, I'll tell ya. Though one you really ought to watch out for. There's a rake wandering about the hive. Doesn't look the basher, but the man's a born fighter. Sure as Sigil's round. Sure as Sigil's round? Who is he? Hold there, Burke. I ain't done yet. I was gonna tell ya. It's not the rake so much as a grubby collector that's always chasing him about, see? I'm telling ya, that collector's got more to do with the rake's killing than just dragging the deaders off. Collector? Hey, those that bring the dead as a sigil. The hive, mostly. To the mortuary for Jink, yeah, okay. What did you mean about more to do with it? Look, I can see you're interested, and this ain't your normal chant, if you get me. It's that dark. I'll be asking a favor of ya before I spill anything more. Ask your favor. Good, good. I got a standing bet with a friend of mine. Bit of a competition, really. All you need to know is I want rat tails, as many as I can get my hands on. Not your normal rats, mind you, but those of cranium rats. Get me 5 tails and I'll give the whole dark on that grubby collector. And the bloody rake. Oh my god. Losing my voice here. Yeah, I understand. Okay. Cranium rats. Cool story.
All right.
This is his tent. Nothing in it. Okay, so and we can't
Done.
get
All right.
to this place, right?
All right.
Nope. The pathfinding in this
right.
game is
All right.
it's very difficult to know if you can get to one place or not. Also, I don't know what this is supposed to be. It's kind of... I don't know.
All
Okay,
right.
well, I guess you can't go there, so
Done.
let's go here. Thrust the junk into the archway, and down the rabbit hole we go, I guess. Yeah, okay.
Done.
To the trash warrens. Buried village. Sounds like might be going there. A ragged middle-aged collector approaches as you enter the area. He quickly looks you over and then sneers. Don't know you. Well, I don't believe I made your acquaintance either. The collector continues to glare at you. Is there a problem? The problem, as I be seeing it, Buck, is that you continue to breathe in my presence, he spits. If you don't let me pass, Collector, one of us is going to the mortuary and it won't be me. Collecting bodies before they're dead sounds like a good way to meet the lady. Yeah, well, collecting bodies before they're dead sounds like a good way to meet a lady. You seem to talk some sense into the collector as he turns away from you. Watch your back, Cutter. Most here will talk to you with their blade before their bone box, and if you stay much longer, I'll be doing the same. Whatever.
I'm
dude.
gone.
Whatever.
Done.
Okay. Dustman, embalming charm, bandages, junk. Exactly what we wanted.
All right.
This looks like it was part of some more permanent structure, perhaps buried in the surrounding trash. Cool.
I'm gone.
Junk. Lovely junk.
I'm gone.
The walls of these trash warrens are made of junk crushed together by the weight of the mountains of garbage above. Charming.
I'm gone.
Those guys don't look so charming. Dakon is
All
taking
right.
horrible amounts of damage every time.
All
Does
right.
anything. Dirty rat charm. Dirty
I'm gone.
rat charm. Oh yeah, there's one more guy. Bronze ring.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gone.
Collector. You're gonna attack
What's
us?
up?
All right.
What?
I'm gone.
Who are you? Well,
Done.
I don't know. Who the hell are you? Oh shit.
All right.
It's all squad over here.
I'm gone.
Well, Mort, you're gonna be in front. Dakon, you disappoint me. Let's use some needle and thread. Yeah, now you're not so anxious for a fight anymore, huh? You and your Dustman friend.
Done.
Come here.
Die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, so.
Sure, why not?
Spoils of war.
Good as done.
Done.
This was a dead end, I guess.
Huh? Okay. Good as done.
Rusty dagger and the jagged knife. Why did he have two weapons?
Okay.
Well.
All right.
Okay, this doesn't lead anywhere. Nope.
Done.
Okay, more thugs here. Let's get more to the front. Okay, they don't
Done.
attack us. Cool. Cranium rat tail. Okay,
All right.
Loot. Seems to be passageway here.
All right. All right.
Buried villager. Okay. Oh yeah. Thought so.
I'm gone.
So let's
What?
position ourselves so we can get
All right.
Sure, why not?
a good
Endure.
concave on this
In
guy.
enduring, grow strong.
Yeah. Nice. Rusty knives. Yeah, you're still there.
Done. Die.
Actually, Mort, you're the one qualified to carry loot. Okay,
All right. I'm gone.
this looks like was part of a more permanent structure. Yeah, this looks like a
All
doorway.
right.
Oh, okay. Cool. Dakon, why are you so fragile? Let's go through here then. Whoa, shit. Cranium rats. Okay. I can cast spells. Ooh. Shit. Blindness.
I'm gone.
Ah, I don't know what's happening.
Damn.
Okay.
What's up, Chief? Did you see that?
Okay.
Damn.
Just folly.
Okay, so I think
Done.
the spell effects are kind of messing up my
I'm gone.
frame rate and graphical. I don't think the spell effects are actually
Alright.
made for this resolution, so something was going on there.
Done.
I have to look it
I'm
up.
gone.
Felt like, or it was a spell effect. I don't know.
I'm gone.
Something happened there. Pick up all the tails.
I'm gone.
It's a bit unpleasant. Well. $11 tails, that has to be enough.
Good as
What's
done.
this?
I'm hurt.
Ooh. Trap, I guess. Well, let's use some needle and thread then. You're gonna regenerate, so I think you're okay.
Okay.
What? I can't
What's the word? Sure, why not?
pathfinding, and sometimes you just block your characters. Silver frame, prickly club, clot charms, scroll of magic missile. Nice. Cool. What's a prickly club? Usable only by thieves. Okay. Silver frame. This item has not been identified. Okay. At one time this frame could have held a small painting, but now the frame lies empty and unused. Scroll of magic missile. 2 to 5 points of damage. 1 extra missile for every 2 levels.
It's in my spell book.
Okay, so that's nice.
All right.
Now to
Done. I'm gone.
continue
Done.
on. Okay.
Done. All right.
What's down here?
Done.
Thugs. Lots of thugs, actually. But more to take care of these guys.
Okay. Okay. What's up?
Actually, Dak on his
Your
heel.
path is mine.
Yeah.
Karak sings true.
Huh?
Works out pretty well.
What? Sure, why not? good as done.
Okay. Nothing more to see here.
Done.
Bish and Trash World Thug.
Done.
Okay, wow. Okay. You're gonna go hostile on me or not? That's what I want to know. Whoa. As you enter the room, a large, heavyset man gets up from his chair and approaches you. Hello there! Name's Bish. Who might you be? I have no name. None of your business. I have no name. Why? What do you mean you don't have a name? Did you just come back from Styx swimming, you clueless sod? You notice Bish slowly moving his hand toward his weapon. Or are you just not telling me? Hiding something, methinks? Look, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know my name. I got nothing to hide and I don't want to cause any trouble. Okay, my name is Aiden. Look, I'm telling you the truth. I don't know my name. Bish throws his hands up in the air in frustration. Forget it, Burke. Not important anymore anyhow. He shakes his head back and forth. More important is what you're doing down here. Well, I was told I could find Farad around these parts. Cool. Bish eyes you suspiciously. Farad usually fills me in on visitors, and I don't recall the likes of you being mentioned. He quickly glances you over before giving you an apathetic shrug. You don't look like anything the guards couldn't handle. On with ya. Cool. Okay. I think we're very close to finding Farad now.
All right.
Trash Warrant Thug. This room is a huge bronze... This is a huge bronze bell. This room must be at the top of a bell tower. Except it's underneath a trash heap. Okay. Cool, so I'm guessing this is the entrance to the buried village. So why don't we have a look?